Are you ready for spring selling season? Because it's spring selling season. Let's get into it. Hey, how you doing? Derek here from M1 Realty. I'm the broker owner, founder of the company. Started this company in 2014. It was myself and a laptop up on the third floor of an office building here in Ferndale. Fast forward to today, I've got a storefront right at the corner of 9 Mile and Woodward. I've got an all-star team. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, invest, rent, whatever you need, we've got you covered. We even do property management now. So let's talk about where we stand right now, early March in Detroit, Michigan, start of the spring selling season. So we got a little bit of an early jump on the selling season. If you've been paying attention to these videos, I've talked about that a little bit. The winter was pretty mild. We had a little bit of a cold snap. Other than that, it's been way warmer than normal. And that's been bringing buyers and sellers and everybody out of the woodwork. So it's been great. Things have been moving really well, but that doesn't really mean a whole lot to you guys. So let's talk specifics so I can let you know like exactly where we're at, what to expect, and what I think is going to happen moving forward. So all in all, like I said, things are about what I expected them to be. I figured it was going to be a busier year than last year for sure, but not quite as obnoxiously crazy as the 2 years before that. So far, that's what we're seeing. Now, the one thing that I wasn't really anticipating was mortgage rates are starting to creep back up. So over the past month, week over week, for the last 4 weeks, rates have kind of ticked up a little bit. It hasn't been anything crazy, but we're back up into that 7% range, maybe a little bit less than that, kind of bouncing around between 6 and 7. So we were all kind of hoping that after November, when rates started dropping like a rock, that we'd be in the 5s again before too long. Don't think we're going to see that. But that being said, 2 things to note here. Number one, they're not obnoxiously crazy high. They're not spiking or anything like that. We're talking like a couple basis points here and there week over week. So not the end of the world. Number 2, the people that know more about these things than I do are saying, don't worry, they're going to start coming down pretty soon. So I would just, kind of put a pin in the interest rate thing, and we'll come back to it. We'll see where we're at in another couple weeks or a month, what have you. But I think they were initially saying like May was going to be the first time the Fed was going to lower their rates. I'm guessing that's going to probably be on hold at this point. Maybe not, but we'll see what happens with that. But rates have gone up a little bit, not crazy. And everybody's telling me just hold on another couple of weeks. They're going to start coming back down. So that's what I'm going to do. I have not heard rates be an impediment to anybody at all, whether they're looking to buy something or sell. So, I'm not too concerned about it, but it is something to note because it was not what I was expecting. I was expecting rates to just kind of go in a steady downward slope for the rest of the year. That's not what we've seen so far. And then inventory, like I said, it's a little bit higher than where we were a year ago, but which is great. That's fantastic. It's actually considerably higher. It's 10-12%. We'll take it. It's not a massive influx of homes on the market that we'd all like to see, but we're not scraping the bottom of the barrel like we were for the last couple of years. So we're not seeing the crazy nonsense so far that we saw like the last 3 years. We've had next to no inventory, and we're starting out the year nationally. I think we're 14% higher. Locally, we're about 12% higher than in the past than last year. So hopefully that continues to be the case. I think it will. But so far, so good on inventory. That's been making things a little bit easier for our buyers that we've been working with. So then let's talk about days on market, because that's also, kind of factors into what we're looking at, whether you're looking to buy or sell. On average, across the entire MLS right now, the average days on market for the month of February was 43 days, which is the highest we've seen in a long time around here. So part of that has to do with the time of year. Part of it has to do with, excess inventory from, that was left over from like Thanksgiving, December, things like that. So we had a little bit more inventory on the market that's starting to get sold off now. but that was contributing to that elevated days on market. We're going to start seeing that come down, I think, and some cities are significantly less than that right now already. But I would expect, I don't know that we're going to see an average of, 9 days on market, 8 days on market like we were seeing the past couple of years. I hope we don't, because obviously if you're looking to buy a house, it helps to not be under so much pressure that you just need to write that offer right away. It's nice to be able to take a minute and kind of relax, shop around, see what you have out there. But that's kind of where we're at right now. So I would expect to probably see that average days on market get under about 30 days, probably by April. But I'll report back. We'll see where we're at. And then just in the past few weeks, what I've been noticing, because I've been working with quite a few buyers right now, what we're seeing is the really, really nice homes those ones are going quick, and they're going with multiple offers. So I've ran into a couple multiple offer situations on the buy side. I've run into a few on the sell side too, where I've gotten multiple offers in on a couple of listings that I have that were actually been sitting on the market for a little while. So we're not seeing it on every single house like we have been for the past couple of years this time of year. So that's fantastic. We didn't really see it as much last year too. It was 2 years ago where it was just an absolute bloodbath where you had to just pull out all the stops, and that's where houses were really getting bid up. We're going to start seeing that, so be ready for that. Don't be shocked if you get into a multiple offer situation. We've got ways to win you that house. That's not a problem. And then the other thing in a multiple offer situation, it definitely helps the fewer offers you're up against. If we're up against one or two other offers, that's usually a piece of cake. It's when we get into a situation where there's 15 offers on a house that makes it really hard to get something under contract. We're not there. Hopefully we won't be there, but again, I'll keep you posted on that. And then back to inventory. So I want to just touch on that one more time. So at least I've noticed anecdotally on my end, I've got quite a few. I think we're going to see more inventory hitting the market shortly, and more investor-friendly inventory as well. We're trending towards that time of year where we're going to see the number of homes on the market peak out. That's going to happen in June or July. It almost definitely is when it almost happens almost every year. But that's, properties at all different price points. I've noticed a bunch of foreclosure properties that are getting ready to hit the market. I've got several right now that are just coming out of redemption. So I would, and if I'm seeing a bunch, I'm not by far not the only agent in town that lists foreclosure properties. So I'm guessing everybody is seeing the same thing. I've been doing a ton of price opinions, backup ones for houses that other agents are going to list. I did one this morning, in fact. So I think what we're going to see is a pretty good wave of foreclosures start to hit the market. That's going to be really good for investors because those houses are going to be sold as is. So, it's a really good opportunity to pick something up, fix it, either flip it or rent it. So hold tight on that. Plus, we've been seeing, a steady drip of other investor-friendly homes and investor-ready homes that are coming on the market as well. So I'm cautiously optimistic on that. I'm thinking the next 30 days we're probably going to see a few more properties because it's been kind of slim pickings. I mean, if you've been working with me, there hasn't been a ton out there that's really worth looking at. But I think that's going to change pretty quick. So let's talk about what you can do to put yourself in a position for success here. If this is the year that you're ready to buy, ready to start investing, ready to keep investing, whatever the case may be. So first and foremost, let's get your finances ready to go, whether that's a pre-approval or proof of funds if you're paying cash. If you're going to be paying cash, just make sure you have that proof of funds that's dated within the last 30 days because sellers can be picky, especially bank-owned properties. The banks they're going to require proof of funds within the last 30 days. Make sure your name's on it. Like a screenshot of your banking app isn't going to work because your name won't be on it. It needs to be like a bank statement or a letter from a personal banker. Just make sure the date's on there and your name's on there and you're good to go. Same way with the pre-approval. I would, if you've got one that's 90 days old, sometimes sellers are a little iffy about that. So just get an updated one. It's literally a phone call, a text, or an email, and it'll take about 5 minutes, and you'll have a new one in your hand. But just get that ready to go and just have it ready, because whether you're, anytime you're going to be writing an offer on a house, you're going to need one of those two things. So let's just get that out of the way, have it ready. The other thing that you need to be ready to do is just be ready to aggressively submit offers on any house that you like. And what I mean by that is, kind of like offer first and think about it later. I know it's counterintuitive. If you're a cautious buyer, it's going to be hard for you to do potentially, but I'm telling you, that's what we need to do in this market. We're going to build in an inspection period where you're going to have a week to do as much due diligence and thinking through and sleeping on it as you want, but you can't do that on a house that somebody else has under contract. And the way that this market is going, like I said, it's pretty competitive already, especially if we're getting into a multiple offer situation. That's, ideally, if you're not in a multiple offer situation, you don't want to get yourself into one. So get that offer in, get it accepted before somebody else has a chance to write on that same property. And then again, along those same lines, what I've been telling my my clients that I've been working with on the buy side, if it's not a hard no, put something in on that house. It doesn't have to be full price. If it's something that it's not great, but you're not gonna definitely say no to it, then just lowball it, whatever, but have something in on every property that you just don't absolutely hate. If it's just a hard no, then we're going to skip it, obviously, but you're just you're giving yourself more at bats to have success. If we get something under contract and you're kind of iffy on it, and then we do an inspection and your iffiness is validated, it's just not going to be for you, that's fine. We'll get out of it and move on to the next house. But if we don't have that house under contract in the first place, you don't have that ability to do that. So that's my best advice there, is write lots of offers, and that just improves your chances of getting more of them accepted. So that's kind of all I've got today, guys. I know this was kind of a thrown together video. The internet's down, Comcast is down everywhere in Ferndale, so my office and my house, I'm basically just working off pocket Wi-Fi and my phone right now. So this isn't the most well-researched video that I've ever done, but that's why, because I'm just doing the best I can here to get something out for you guys. But that's where we're at. That's what I've been seeing in the market right now, first week of March, beginning of selling season. I think it's going to just kind of ramp up from here. It usually does. I think it's going to be a good year. I don't think it's going to be as stressful for buyers as the past couple years have been. I think we're going to see more inventory. We're going to have fewer bidding wars, but the good ones are definitely still going to be going to multiple offers. And days on market should come down, and so will interest rates. So other than that, let me know if you have any questions whatsoever. That's what I'm always here for. Call or text me anytime. Direct line is 586-491-5622. You can also reach me at 248-561-6155. Shoot me an email, dwerenka@m1realty.net. Other than that, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, Carrier Pigeon, just DM me. I'm on all those platforms. I'll respond quick. And I'm just always happy to help you guys with anything you need. So thanks again. We will talk soon. Hopefully by next week we're going to have our internet issues resolved and we'll be rocking and rolling back to normal. But until then, thanks so much, guys. And we'll talk soon. Thanks a lot. Have a great one.